Hi everybody, welcome to part 5C, the refinement of the runway profile and surrounding areas. In the last video we left off with this basic profiling of the runway, and there you've got your 4 markers and there is your 3D coordinates. And what we're going to do now is we need to sort out this area. We need to sort out the parking areas as well as a turning area. The actual runway do have a bit of a dip in here, and if you look at the profile here, you don't see any dip. So we're going to add a dip now, but a very smooth dip, and then we need to sort out those parking areas and a turning area. Okay, I just want to show you the hanger apron area. As you can see, this is not properly according to the real world, and in actual fact that the reservoir or the water tank or whatever it may be, and this house is on the same level as this hanger area. Okay, I cheated a little bit. I uploaded the MUXP file that was created by Max, and let me show you. Sorry, the wrong one. There is Max's design file. I've uploaded it and I've muxed it, and I created a KML file, and this is how the runway looks like. This is the final product. Now you can see the runway is above the road network. This area is flat, the turning area, and let's fly down the runway, and you will see the parking areas is profiled according to the runway profile. Let me go down a little bit. There you can see it's profiled according to the runway, and you've got a smooth entrance to the hangar, except that he did not modify this area, so I'll show you how to do that. So here it is, the hangar, and the apron area, it is completely flat, and it's got a smooth entrance in here. Okay, and of course you've got your dip here. That is like more or less like the real world. If you go to Google Maps, then you can see it. Okay, let me show you Google Earth. Okay, let's open Google, and there you see it. There's a lot going on in here, and if you look here on the left, you see all the MUXP commands, and everything has been described in the manual MUXP commands on page 38. Okay, I cannot learn you how to use the MUXP commands. The best way is to use the sample files that comes with the MUXP zip file. Go through those files and try to understand how the MUXP commands is applied to the scenery or to the runway. But let's go through these MUXP commands and I'll show you how it works. And yeah, okay, let's go to this one first. Cut polygon hanger. Now let's open it up. Properties. That first portion is cut polygon. That's a command, and then hanger is the name of that command. You can have more than one cut polygon in the scenery, but every one needs to have its unique name. And you say it's cut polygon dot hanger and then a colon at the end. And let's see how it looks like. Cut polygon, it must have coordinates. Now the coordinates, you do it by drawing a polygon, and optional values here is elevation and type, smooth, double cut, and distance. I can't remember distance. It's okay. If you do elevation, it's above mean sea level, and the type, it can be smooth, as where there are differences in elevation, and if you can use the smooth option, it'll make it smooth. You can do a double cut, and then you need to add a distance for you want to do this double cut or this smoothness. Right, in this case, let's read through it. Cuts a polygon defined by coordinates in the mesh. When giving an elevation, the polygon will have the flat elevation in the mesh. With type smooth, you can avoid steep elevation changes. All the vertices around the polygon will smoothly be aligned to elevation, which is given by value distance in meters around the polygon. Type equals double cut will do an additional cut in the distance around the polygon. Thus you can easily define ditches or dams. So you can use a cut polygon to define a ditch or define a dam. Right, now let's go back here. And there you can see the elevation is 452 meters. There is a pins, 50 more or less. Okay, I'm just hovering over there, but you can have a look at the bottom right where the elevation is. It's 452, and the polygon is drawn here. And let me show you. If I switch it off, have a look over here. I switch it off. There is the polygon. Now I said I'm gonna change this polygon. I'll do it now. I first want to go through the other commands, and we take it from there. Okay, the next command we're going to work through is the cut ramp north end. Now if I switch it off, I have a look over here. Oh, sorry, the wrong one. There it is, and that is to smooth out the area, and it can have 3 elevation pins. As you can see, it starts with 452 across that line, and it ends with 450 over here. So it's got a 2 meter drop from here to here. And let's see what the manual says. Cut ramp. It must have coordinates. It must have 3D coordinates. The coordinates is given by creating a polygon, and the 3D coordinates is where the pins are. And then there's an option again, smooth, double cut, and the distance. Now it says this command is similar to cut polygon, but the polygon will not be flat. It will be assigned a sloped plane, where the plane is defined by the 3D coordinates. Type and distance have the same function as for cut polygon. Right, let's have a look at it. Now there's the coordinates. If I switch it off, you will see the polygon disappears. Have a look here. And if I switch off the 3D coordinates, these pins will disappear. Okay, you see there's another 450 and a 450. This 450 on this side is for the profile of the runway, and this 450 is part of this cut ramp definition. Right, come on, let's close this one down. And limited edges, we've discussed limited edges. Cut ramp west. Now let me switch it off. It'll be this one here, and again it will have 3 pins, 2 down here, and it doesn't have to be within a polygon area, but that is the pins. And this 447 is part of the runway, and this is the topmost pin of the parking area in the west. So let me switch it off. There you can see everything disappears. The coordinates that is being created by a polygon is that one, and the 3D coordinates is those pins. And the same for the cut ramp east, then cut polygon south end. Let's go there. Okay, no, sorry. Cut polygon south end. There it is. There's a flat area. And let's have a look at the properties. Elevation is 437, and type is default. It doesn't need to be smooth because there's nothing smooth there. Okay, let's close. Then it's this cut spline segment of the runway. That is the spline of the runway, and it's got a number of let's call it knots or markers in here that defines the profile of the runway, and it is basically extrapolated through all those knots to the end of the runway, and that gives you a smooth profile. And this was just, I don't know, this, oh my goodness, this unflattened default airport, it might be part of the old way of doing things. Okay, I've said I'm going to modify this polygon up here. I don't want that one. This polygon, I'm going to modify that polygon. Okay, let's zoom into it. So let's right click on it, properties, and elevation is 452. Okay, let's click on the coordinates, and I click on properties. Now you see there are some pins in here that defines that polygon, and it is completely flat with 452 meters above sea level. Okay, I'm going to drag that pin over here. It's just a question of designing. I just hover over this line and I click in there, and there's another polygon, so I'm just going to flatten that area. Another one in here. Let's do it like that. Another one in here, and let's do it like this, and the rest stays as is, and I say okay. And now I need to save place as, yes, and then I need to KML to MUX. So let's make sure that we've got the right one. KML to MUX, and then okay, everything is finished here. Then I select the MUX, and then we MUX the runway, and if everything is going according to plan, then this area will be on the same elevation as this area, and this is how it looks like in Google Maps if you have a look at Street View. Okay, it's processing. Yeah, in actual fact, if you play around with these commands, you can create depressions, you can, or ditches, and lakes, or swimming pools for that matter. You can smooth edges, and you can even create a bit of a hill or something like that. But the only way to learn it is to play around with it. Okay, let's reload the scenery. Oh, it's gonna take its time again. Okay, there it is. Let's get down to the runway. And let us turn around. And there you are. It is that easy to do this kind of thing. You just need to learn how to use the commands. You need to learn how to use the optional values, and you need to understand what can you use, where to use. And I'm not going to go through all of these commands. Use the sample files and play with it. Create your own runways. Go to anywhere in the world and go and create a runway on a hillside or whatever. Go and build it and play with it and understand it. At the end of the day, you can do beautiful things with it. Okay, gents, this is it. If you want answers, go to the questions and answers of MUX, and have a look in the show notes below. There will be the links, and ask the questions, and if I can't answer it, Max will answer it for you. And yeah, enjoy. It is a very, very nice tool, and you can do a lot with it. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope it was useful to you. Okay, bye.